do we have any other viewers?
We do. We have here, I'll tell you, you should be able to see this as well. If you click the participants in Zoom, we have Eric Hawthorne, Ken Stahl, Kit Biacco, Marcy Settler, Michael Wise. Hi, Michael. And Tally.
Oh,
I
great.
don't know if I'm pronouncing Tally's name correctly, T-A-L-Y.
Okay. So while we wait, should you go to play something, or do you check the sound? Oh, you check the sound?
We are now ready to start. So what's going to happen, we're live on YouTube, and I am going to stop my video. I'm going to start with our opening sequence, and then I will, I'm not sure, I'm just going to test muting and if I mute myself as a co-host, we're still recording. So Carolyn, if you mute yourself as the host, it stops the sound recording. So you cannot do that. But I'm gonna, I will mute myself. Oh wait, I can't because I'm showing the video. So, but I'm gonna stop my video and share the screen so we have the opening sequence. And then follow the cues. I have a slideshow we can pull up to test when we're ready to do that as well. And then you can take spotlight yourself, maybe, or probably put Yehuda back in as an attendee for now until we started, and then spotlight him. Right.
Okay. So, Professor, you're going to temporarily be an attendee again. So you will be off screen, and then we're going to bring you on one more time.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not able to share my screen right now.
Okay, I could. Should I make you the host again?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to stop that. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Actually, so that's actually not quite how we want to start. I'm just going to do it as the way we wanted to do it, which was hold on, I need to go back to Zoom here. Okay. And as you're watching this, are you seeing the black screen?
Yes.
And is it full screen for you?
Yes.
Great. So as people join, instead of hearing us do all of that chat, we'll actually have this screen available. And that's what people will see as they come in, the slide for each presentation. And so everybody's joined, and now we're going to start. You're on.
Okay, so at this point, I will be doing an opener after the intro slide. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our presentation as a part of the Berkshire High Peaks Festival, which is brought to you by Close Encounters with Music. My name is Carolyn Regula, and I will be assisting and hosting today. All of our sessions will be recorded and will be live streamed on YouTube. Even after our lectures and master classes are complete, you will be available to watch each session on our YouTube channel. Please consider supporting Close Encounters with Music. Our mission is to engage the imagination of diverse concert audiences in a welcoming setting, connect listeners to performers and composers, foster the excitement and sense of community that live performance art builds, and establish a comfortable listening environment and turn performances into intellectually enriching and educational and artistically uplifting experiences. The link to donate to Close Encounters with Music can be found in the group chat. You can use the group chat throughout our talk to communicate with other attendees. For questions for our presenter, you can use the Q&A function at the bottom of your Zoom window. I will be monitoring the Q&A throughout the chat, and then we will present the collected questions at the end. Now, to welcome you all and to introduce our presenter, I have Professor Yehuda Hanani. And Beth, I can't promote him now.
Gotcha. I'm on it.
Unmute you.
Good morning, everybody. We are delighted to get started with an adventurous 10 days of exploration and studies and discussions. And if anybody can hear this and wants to say good morning to me back, we just want to try how it works. So please interrupt me and either ask a question or say how lovely to see you on the screen, something, so we know that it really works. So please, anybody.
Sound great. Yes.
Now,
all good in our chat. Other people are able to hear you and see you according to Tally.
Very good. Now, suppose Tally has a question.
Yes, participants are encouraged to use the Q&A feature, which is found at the bottom of the Zoom window, so we can separate questions from the general chat. So I will be monitoring that throughout the presentation, and then I will talk to the presenter with the collected questions.
Are we going to try it out now?
Yes, could somebody send a question for Professor Hanani in the Q&A? To answer Ken's question, I see your question in the chat. We are, to streamline the questions, we are hoping to just have people submit them by typing in the Q&A. And Ken asks, can we try lowering his camera a little bit more?
lowering?
I mean, Ken wants to see more of the cello.
Okay, so
Tilting
I'm going
to-
to tilt it a bit. Is that better?
Ken, does that look better? Yes, but no lower. So that is perfect.
Any lower than that will give me a haircut.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Great. And then I have a question from Marcy. I am not able to get into the chat. Marcy, if you take your cursor and bring it to the bottom of your Zoom screen, you should be able to see a toolbar of options, and you should see chat in the middle of that toolbar. I hope that helps you. So then after Professor gives the introduction for the panelist, I would then put you back as an attendee. So your screen would go away, and then whoever is our presenter will begin their talk. Beth, are we able to put Professor back? Do we need him?
Sure. We want to go into do we want to go into a slideshow now?
Sure. Okay, so we had our introduction, and now, Beth, could you make me a co-host, please?
So Beth and
Yeah.
Karen will be there all
The
the
room
time.
looks chaotic. We have to get the bench.
Sorry?
The room looks a little disorganized. We have to get the bench out of the way. This bench should be there.
Yes, of course.
Yes, Michael, thank you for your feedback. In my opening talk each day, I will make the difference apparent between chat and Q&A. Okay, so Beth now has shared her screen, and we are having images that will go along with one of our real talks.
It's basically a preview of Elliot Fisk's discussion.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to stop share. And you're spotlighted now, Carolyn.
Excellent, thank you.
All right, we have a couple more questions in Q&A. Marcy, were you ever able to get into the chat?
Oh, she got it. I see her. Yay, Marcy.
Excellent. And then somebody else had raised. Yehuda has a hand raised. I'm going to allow Yehuda to talk. Did you have a question? Hold on.
Yes, there may be some mistake there. There was a beautiful display of old instruments.
Yes.
They may belong to Francis Morris's presentation.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's Francis Morris. Yes.
Not to any-
That's correct. I knew I was having a brain freeze moment.
All right, good. Fine.
Thank you, Yehuda. So I was under the impression from our first talk, we were not going to use the raise hand tool for questions because we were afraid of having people talking too long. I thought we were preferring to have people type questions.
It just allows people to signal that they want some attention. Either way is fine.
Okay, so if somebody raises a hand, I'll message them in the chat to use Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Great.
I think that, oh, Kip had a question about direct questions can go to Q&A. Chat is more for discussion.
Yes, chat is more for communicating with other panelists. I think we are using the chat window as more of a social tool. And the Q&A is how to directly communicate to the presenter through me.
Okay. Let's just, I think that's pretty, oh, we can then go to the ending sequence. All right. Are you still there, Carolyn?
Yes, I am. I decided just for streamlining, if I'm not actively talking, I'll probably turn my screen off so the presenter can have the spotlight.
Okay. Great. I'm just going to unmute all our guests. And so if people want to,
Give feedback, anything, ask more questions.
yeah.
Thank you all so much for being here with us too. This is extremely helpful for us.
Thank you, Caroline.
So everybody's,
Have a good one. Good luck.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, so at the end, which I think really works very well, it's so moving to see the students, you know, in person in the bucolic setting of the Berkshires and to see the logos for Close Encounters. But there's interference where in our setup, in any case, as the volume is being shown and as it moves along, I can't see something about the blessing of music, or you know, whatever it was that we said. Is there a way? Do we control that, or is that does it have to be in that position to obscure the message?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Beth, I don't know what type of laptop you have. Is there a way to have your cursor off the screen and to just have it play by hitting the space bar?
yeah, let's try this again.
Can you share screen, Beth?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't. I thought it was. Sorry, hold on.
בלעדיה באמת...
Yeah, it goes in and out.
Yeah, that was just finding the right place for the cursor. So yes, that can happen.
So it can be invisible.
Yes, it can be.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Yeah. Michael is asking about the audio for the clip. There's a variety of issues with that. And that's one reason that why Zoom is so difficult for musical sharing. It depends on your connection. It depends on a number of guests and a variety of other factors which we can't control. So it does not communicate as well as we would like it, but it's an imperfect tool.
Oh, I know it costs more to do it right.
What?
It costs more to do it to higher quality.
We do have an upgraded account, so I don't know.
I didn't know either. The other sound quality from the other sources sounds pretty good. Those two clips sounded pretty awful.
I agree.
I mean, the music, both at the beginning
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds a little tinny, but yeah, I'm not sure what choices we have. Because everything is going to sound similar.
It goes through Zoom.
It goes through it goes through several systems. It's
Okay.
yeah, I wish we could.
Yeah, unfortunately, but the sound of the lessons and the lectures will not suffer from that.
Yeah, it's something money can't buy, Michael.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the cello sounded fine. It could just be that the signal was too complex when there was more than one instrument playing.
Possibly.
Well, it has to do with the recording and communicating the recordings. And this is actually sort of a video, so there tends to be lag times. This will also happen. It is likely to happen also with the presenters. Some of the presenters, which are at a distance or don't have good Wi-Fi, lots of things can happen, such as that lag time when people are talking too.
Michael, when you speak, we hear you extremely well.
Yeah, which is in a way good. It could be that it simply is something in the way the audio is getting from the recording on the computers, where it's coming from to the system.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. But it's really minute because once we get started, the quality is immediately better.
Yeah.
So hopefully it doesn't have a very negative effect. It's supposed to uplift.
Well, that's a concern, that signing on, the first impression will be amateurish. And that would be a problem.
Unfortunately. No.
Yeah, I don't know what we can do about that. And any suggestions from anyone?
Is there any way to...
Well, maybe we don't start with the music. Maybe we
Yeah.
start with someone speaking.
Oh, yeah, I think it would be too dry and,
Yeah.
Let me just try one other thing. I tried adjusting a setting here. I'm going to try to share the screen again.
yeah, I noticed that right away that it was very tinny.
I thought maybe it had been a recording made in 1915, which would be excusable.
Good call, that.
Yeah, I think that sounds better to me.
Whatever you did, Beth, made a difference.
Awesome. Great. Good.
It's not great. It's still not great. Yeah, I have to say,
But
but
it's better. Beth, I didn't see
better.
the message about the blessing of music. That seemed to have been removed.
Hold on. I think that's in the right here. Yeah, it's help us celebrate the enduring blessing of music. That's in the beginning. I just didn't play the clip all the way from the beginning.
That's fine, thank you.
Can we hear the opening, which is even more important because that's
First
every first
impression.
impression is most important.
Yes,
The
I
same
would do.
movement.
Yeah. Okay.
This is not as different from the original.
Yeah, I think, yeah, there are a few things. Either we just assume people make allowances, or I can look for another recording of the same, and we can try that. What do you
Can
think?
Yehuda play? No, really.
Well, I
I
mean,
think Yehuda could play a short excerpt of some Beethoven.
Yeah, it
piece.
could
Yeah.
be, yeah, it could be a practice for joining the silent film, Yehuda.
I don't know about that.
well, that was
Kip-
something I had actually thought of is since I'm going to be present on all calls, I could play something on my cello. If we think a live is better.
I was hoping to have a piece of chamber music rather than a single cello,
Right.
which is more reflective of what we want to do.
So Pip responded, I think that because it's coming internally from the laptop and not an external audio source, it's heavily compressed.
Yeah.
Possibly
Yeah.
playing the audio from another speaker and letting the microphone of the laptop pick up that sound could sound better. Okay, let me try one other thing here.
It was good.
Performance.
Now the level is very low.
Right.
The
Yeah,
quality sounds about the same.
the volume is. What do you think, Michael?
It still sounds very tinny.
Tinny, right?
Yeah.
Just for your information, it's a rare performance with Leonard Bernstein playing the piano.
Really? Wow.
Okay.
That's
So
not
it's
Leonard
recorded-
Bernstein in the video.
And it's very beautiful when you hear it just not through the Zoom system.
But the video has nothing to do with playing.
Yeah.
Should I find an audio only and send that to you, Beth?
It's, it's really not going to make a difference. This is a Zoom issue, and it's really an imperfect tool.
Okay.
This is just the way that it is, and most of the Zooming platforms for music are having this problem.
Okay.
YouTube is higher quality, and Facebook are higher quality for music, although the same issues can happen. live stream. YouTube and Facebook will often just completely stop or drop off or stutter and
Yeah.
fail. So YouTube's, I think that the Hananis and Carolyn researched Zoom and found the interactive qualities of it, ideal for this sort of situation, but it's definitely an imperfect tool for communicating music.
Okay, well, we tried, and
Yeah.
people will be forgiving because I guess they're experiencing similar imperfections elsewhere.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so do we think that we can have a smooth entry and on Monday when Alexander Starkman does his?
Yeah, I believe we're going to actually start out with the so the performers are all going to come online about 20 minutes before, and then when the attendees join, there'll actually be this still slide of the graphic up, which will, and then we will start the music part when we're ready to start, and then Carolyn will come in and speak. And I think Carolyn and I might try to do a couple more tests.
Yeah.
This presentation was the word that you wanted to correct.
Oh, any feedback on what I said in the opening? Anything I should include or take out?
Carolyn,
Yes.
my only comment is, and it may be nitpicky, I think you talked about the diverse musical formats that Close Encounters has presented. I found it initially jarring to hear it, that A, the I pronounced that way. I would have said diverse, because
Instead of diverse.
yeah,
Okay.
and accent on the second syllable. But and that may be a nitpicky thing. I just was put off. I was jarred for a moment as to what is she actually saying there.
Okay.
I guess no one else had that feeling.
No.
No.
Okay, I'll be sure to have less caffeine before I do my opening presentations. Yes, Professor, did you have something?
I just wondered if Ken says tomato or tomato.
Maybe that. I don't know.
Or potato.
Aunt. We have an ant hill outside our house.
I'm an aunt.
Marcy.
Good morning, Yehuda.
It's so wonderful of you to be here and give us the feedback. It's very, very important, very helpful. So thanks.
Oh, to everyone.
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
just one question while we're all together. We do have to register for each session individually, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
And how does one do that?
You can go to the Close Encounters website, and you should be able to link on each event, click on each event and go to the Zoom webinar registration.
Okay.
Also, all of our e-blasts from Dawn had everything listed, and you just click on each one.
Yeah, I clicked on about half a dozen of them, and it was my impression that I would get a reminder a day or two before them with the sign-on stuff. Is that right?
That's what you're supposed to. Should we? We'll know on Monday if that works.
Yes, it's set to remind everyone.
Okay.
And also the information is also available on the Close Encounters Facebook page.
Yes, and Marcy, I just put the link to the calendar in the chat. Everybody too. The link is in the chat, and that is our calendar with all of the events and registration links.
How do you take it from chat to elsewhere?
I'm not seeing it in the chat, actually.
Not in my chat yet.
Not in mine either.
It might take a couple seconds, or you might have to
Okay.
scroll all the way to the bottom, but it should
Ah,
come
alright.
up as a hyperlink, which when you click it will open it in your web browser.
Okay, great.
I'm not seeing it yet. I mean, I would have thought that the chat would have been more quicker.
Double check that you're in the chat and not
I
the
am.
Q&A. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Me
it was
too.
sent at 11:43 a.m.
Don't have it yet.
I don't have it. Good, Michael. It's not just me.
That also might be your sound issues. So you guys there's a bit of a lag on your end.
Everything else sounds fine.
Because the chat is
I just got a response from Kip saying he's not seeing it.
He's
So
not-
right
Is
here.
is it something? Is there
That is
something
working.
wrong with
Oh,
my?
wait. Okay, I think you sent it to all panelists, not all participants.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got you. Here we go.
There we go.
Yep.
Thank you.
okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Little things are so important to straighten out now. This is just great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super helpful to have everybody come and help us.
So
work
it's
through
it's
this
not
stuff.
the Close Encounters website. It's the High Peaks website. Huh?
Our web person was supposed to have links there. It's on the Close Encounters page also, not the full schedule. There's a link that takes you. She said there was no point in doing it twice fully.
Mhm.
So they're
Yeah.
just listings and then you go, it takes you to the High Peaks schedule.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to put that in my browser and see what happens. Right. Okay,
All right.
I see this. So we're starting on Monday. Yes.
Yes.
We have a student orientation and a faculty orientation at 9:30 to 10:40. And then,
That's not on the schedule.
no, that's not for the public.
No, and at 11 o'clock, Alexander Starkman is going to talk about Beethoven's 32 sonatas for piano.
Right, that's our opening.
And that's the opening function.
And then
Wow.
there's another one with a violin maker.
Right.
And then Francis Morris in the evening. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to tell Isaac about this. And he might like to see the Joan Tower.
Okay.
Huh. Great. Well, this is impressive.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
A lot of it. This is great.
You know, we really have fantastic events going on.
Wow.
And Marcy, don't miss Garen Tolkien. You
No,
mentioned
I know. What is she? I want to know about makeup.
you were thinking about what lipstick to use.
No, she's,
Exactly.
that's not
Oh,
what
there she is. Sunday at 4 p.m.
yeah. She's actually going to be talking about branding and presentation and when
Oh, I want to know about lipstick.
she obviously doesn't have her palette there. She can't, apply makeup to people.
Right.
So she will, help them with their appearance, but talk about other things as well.
So is she,
She's doing 2 sessions,
she's doing two, I see. Yeah,
guys as well as gals.
good.
And Aliba Gardner is a top publicist in New York. And she will talk about the business aspect of the
And how to attract the media, what the press is interested in covering and how to sort of mold your story.
how to brand yourself.
Right.
All that. So
We have 2 public events a day, is that right?
Generally, yes, I think
Yeah.
there are 2. That's what our aim was. Yeah.
Terrific.
So tell all your friends, get them to sign.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah, I saw it in the Edge today. That was nice.
yeah,
And Yehuda was on WAMC yesterday,
good.
right?
Don will be sending around the interview on Monday in an e-blast.
Awesome.
Festival. It was very, very nice.
Yeah.
And also, Professor, I've been mentioning the High Peaks presentation on my public Instagram, and I think I already had 10 to 12 people write to me for info. So you'll be having a lot of cellists for your talks.
Terrific, Carolyn. Thank you.
Great. So any final closing remarks or feedback?
No, I'm just wondering about audiences. I mean, I know it's very late in the game, but have we contacted like, the music people at Simon's Rock or at the various prep schools who know Close Encounters and who might get out to their students?
No, it's really been more or less restricted. We have an e-blast list of about 4,000.
Yeah,
And then it's gone to our patrons, our subscribers, so that they, are able to enjoy this. We wanted to make sure they knew about it.
right.
And then we, of course, the press, but we haven't specifically done, exchanges of mailing lists with other organizations or.
Right, right.
Well, the 4,000 is a great email list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does the ad on the edge link right? I'm just looking for it now.
Tried it.
Does it link right to,
I can't try it right now without
yeah,
Liz.
no, I'm trying it. It does. No, it doesn't go to that page. I think I should change it. We should change, we should go right to that schedule now. Oh, wait, no, just click here for full. Yes, never mind. It does.
Thanks. Oh, it does? Okay, thanks, Marcy.
I mean, well, you have to do a second, it doesn't immediately. I mean, it goes to a page, a promo page, and then there's a blue box that says click here for full festival events calendar. I wonder if it goes to BerkshireHighPeaksMusic.org, but it doesn't go right to the calendar. Would you like it to go
But
instead
whatever you think.
right to this link? I don't know.
I mean, either way, there's a big box right there. So anyone who's curious enough to want to see will.
Well, I think it should go right to the calendar.
All right, then let's do that.
Marty, as far as Simon's Rock is concerned, we are still thinking geographically, but we can actually send it to
Of course.
music schools all over the place.
Right.
And other
Right, it's
places.
just, we don't have a list. There's special services that have a list and, it's a few $100s to use them. I mean, we can still do it maybe.
Right. Well, I think we'll still have more people in attendance than we have when we do it live.
Well, I guess that remains to be seen. We'll be able to monitor the numbers. We'll
Yeah.
try to figure it out.
Okay, I'm going to change all the links on the ads.
Okay. I mean, you have such a good readership, Marcy, if people.
Yeah. And it's on the daily email also, which goes out to almost 5,000 people every day.
So that's great.
That would be
We have
great.
a 48% open rate, so.
We've had individual friends send it to lists that they're involved with, like the Ruth and Hans Huberger sent it to everybody on the Hill.
Great.
So I think.
Yeah, I'm going to get a friend of mine to send it to the Egremont neighborhood
Oh, terrific. Yeah.
listserv.
And then the Mahawi is now working on, I think they already sent out a press release, Elliot and Yehuda on August 2, live streamed. Did you receive anything?
Me?
I mean, the Edge, not you personally.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't.
Oh, well, maybe I'll check with, gave
At
the.
least I don't think.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you,
Okay.
Beth. Thank you, Kip. Thank you, Carolyn. And thank
Welcome.
you, attended.
Yeah, we're going to go through just a few more details and housekeeping. So Carolyn and I are going to
Okay.
stay in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should I,
Everybody.
Okay.
the rest of us
Good
leave?
luck.
Okay.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Okay, bye.
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 Bye. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you.
Carolyn, if we can talk just, for 5 minutes later today when it's convenient.
Maybe now.
You can call me, just let me know later. Like 5 minutes is probably all we need.
Okay, sure.
Okay, great. Thank you. You look great.
Thank you.
All right, we're exiting. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Beth.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, so you're able to monitor YouTube and where you're from where you're at, and you had to sign in. And how did we? You had to be it's the switching back our roles back and forth, which is really problematic.
Right. I realized somehow I don't know how it happened, but I wasn't a co-host anymore in the middle. I think as
Right.
long as I stay a co-host throughout, it should be fine. I'm not quite sure what happened.
So I was, as a co-host, you're not able to spotlight, right? And I couldn't share as a screen share as a co-host. So
Okay.
that's why we switched back. So I'm looking in our settings right now for the account. I'm trying to find the settings for the accounts. Advanced, maybe it's in advanced. Room management, user management, role management. That's for the whole. I have allowed the co-host have the same in meeting controls as the host. It's already set like that.
Well, yes, I think the issue was for some reason when I was sorry, when I made you the host again,
Yes.
I think it made me a panelist. I don't think it put me back as a co-host
Okay.
because I checked my reading and I wasn't a co-host when I switched you back. So it might have automatically put me as a panelist.
Okay. So you need to be co-host at all times.
Right.
Or host. That the problem is, and then so when I first got on, I tried to mute myself, but I do have to unmute to play the video. I'm pretty sure that the video will not play. Let's just test that. I'm going to mute myself and try screen sharing and see if
Yeah, I don't hear anything, Beth.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking and unmuted. Yeah, so I have to be unmuted in order to play the slides unless you want to play them from your end. I don't know what to do about the music, the stuttering video quality. I don't think it's got, um, um, I don't believe that there's any way to fix it. The only better sound video quality I've heard is through somebody who has an external microphone on their computer and then they're playing their instrument into that directly.
Right.
But it also just varies. I mean, Arena played her violin on our test call and it sounded amazing. So I don't know how to resolve it. But
Well, right. And even if you have even if you go above and beyond and make it sound great, if somebody watching has like a minimum Wi-Fi plan, it's not going to sound good anyways.
yeah,
So I think the I do have an external mic that I could try with you on right now. I could try to play the slide with my external mic.
oh yeah,
Let me go get it really quick and let me
okay,
see
okay.
if it sounds any different.
So we did have a couple of the presenters did freeze and had to rejoin. So we could have that issue come up. Um, we have one alternative YouTube video that we can go to if things stop, I guess. So
Yeah.
that should probably be queued up. And we can just switch to that and then monitor the whether or not the panelist is able to rejoin.
Yeah. Do you want me to try the opening slide really quick?
Go
Okay.
for it. Can you screen share?
Yes, I'm in the, let's see.
Okay. Yeah. It's really tinny. It was not it and it was that on the mic.
Yeah.
Try it just through your computer. I'm not hearing it at all right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's not, I'm not hearing it at all.
Let me try. I don't know if it might be super sensitive. Let me try this.
No.
That's very odd.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it at all.
Unless my Zoom settings aren't adjusting fast enough because I just connected my mic.
Right.
Let me
Oh,
see.
right. Your sound settings are sometimes have to go back to your speakers.
Let me see. If I'm just not screen sharing, can you hear the? You hearing anything?
No, I'm hearing your voice. Check your your Mac speaker options and see if your MacBook Pro speakers are, you have a MacBook, right?
No, I have an HP.
It's you know, because sometimes if you switch how you're listening, you have to adjust that settings on the setting on the computer. But I should be hearing it from you playing, right? Because you're hearing
Yeah,
it in your room.
yeah. That's bizarre.
Totally bizarre. Test speaker and microphone. Just test your you know, the in the Zoom settings, test your audio.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. Yeah, it says it's all coming through.
Okay.
Let me try one more time.
And
That's
maybe
weird because I'm just playing it in my browser. You don't hear anything?
no.
Why?
No, try sharing the screen again.
Okay. Do you hear anything?
I'm hearing like a really tiny, very small, scratchy sound. Like I can tell that it's the music, but that's only because I know it's the music.
Oh,
Like almost like, you know, if you have your headphones plugged in,
right, but I don't.
yeah, you can hear the sound if the headphones are like on the table. That's what it sounds like. I can hear it like it's coming out of headphones. Um, and they're not attached to my head. The only other thing would be just to quit and restart.
Wait a minute. Let me.
That I heard. That worked. nice, actually. That sounded pretty good quality. I can't hear you if you're, I still can't hear you, Dal. I can't hear you at all. But I could hear the recording.
Now you should be able to hear me, right?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, that's an internal, that's a setting on my laptop.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
So right now I'm using, okay, so I think on my end, the input device right now is my microphone, my computer's natural microphone. When I was playing the clip for you, I had it on stereo.
Okay. Just now, the first one or the second one? Oh, I lost you. Okay,
The
there you go.
very last time I played the opening and you said, oh, that sounds good, that was on stereo. Did it
Okay.
sound significantly better?
I think it did. Can we try it again?
Yeah, so, okay, I'm gonna,
I
have these things, I'm gonna have like 25 windows open, I swear.
know, yeah, I
Okay.
know.
So
So,
you won't be able to hear me starting now.
that sounded good too. So I'm not gonna, are you gonna try it the other way?
Well, now you can hear me now, right?
Yes, yes.
So this is, okay, so that was the stereo mix.
Okay,
Do it one more time, but I have a theory you're not going to hear anything.
okay. Right, barely can hear it at all.
Okay. So do you think I should then take over the opening and closing if it sounded significantly better?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's different than what it's sounding on my end or not.
I know.
So I could try to get Kip to come on for a second. Let me see if he's around still. And maybe Don could get on. Oh, great. Okay, Kip is there. Okay. All right, so hop on back on.
So we're going to have them see which one sounds better.
Yeah,
Okay. Sounds
yeah. And he doesn't have a microphone on his computer, so he's going to join. So he won't be able to talk.
That's okay, as long as he can type.
Yeah. All right, so I'll test it twice on mine, once through my computer speakers, once through my YouTube speakers. And then you test it on your end and we'll see which one is better.
Okay.
Hey, okay. Hi, Kip. I'm going to allow you. Oh no, he can't talk anyway, even though I allowed him to select. All right, so just chat with us. We're going to test it. I'm going to test it twice on my end, and Carolyn's going to play it once on her end.
Actually, twice, because I just came up with another idea. So we'll do it 2 and 2.
Excellent. Okay, great. Oops, back to Zoom. Where's Zoom go? Okay, that's one. Okay. Okay. Oh, where'd he go? Kip, can you type in the chat?
Oh, he says I can type. Yes.
Okay. How did it hear? So we're gonna go do the other two now.
Or Kip, out of those 2, did one sound better to you before I do my 2?
I see in the Q&A or the chat. They were very
Very
similar.
similar. Okay. From my end, it was weird because the first one on my end sounded louder and a little more, I could hear a little bit of static when it was really loud. And the second one was smoother, but it sounded a little like it was underwater. So I don't,
The second one sounded like it was underwater.
a little bit to me
Okay.
on my end.
Okay.
All right.
And the first one was smoother, but tinny.
The first one was a little more tinny, yes, but the sounds were a little more defined than the second one, in my opinion.
Okay.
Kip still says on his end, not much of a difference.
Okay.
All right, my turn. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, and now this is going to be option 2.
That is the more tinny version, I think. Number 1, definitely better. Okay, and was number 1 on hers better than either of the 2 on my computer? Let's hear mine again. Okay. Okay, that was my room speakers. So now this will be my MacBook Pro speakers. Okay. Carolyn's first sample is the best sounding.
Okay.
Okay. So the only issue would then be that's okay, because you can set up this and then I can watch the room. As people arrive, because basically I had to share my screen, so it's hard to navigate back and forth. So and then you just end the screen share, and then we make sure you're spotlighted, and you do your opening talk, and then we promote the panelist and spotlight them, and go through their material, and as the program goes on, Kip, I think we're good. You don't have to stay if you don't want to.
Thank you though, Kip. Super helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Then we just need to remember to put a couple of times in the chat the mission statement of Close Encounters with Music and the link to donate.
Yep.
And yeah, and then bring
I'll
the
try to remember to pronounce diverse.
diverse. Yeah, diverse. Yeah, I knew what you meant. It's not, yeah, it's not the way I would have pronounced it, but it wasn't the end of the world for sure. But um, I'm people pronounce words, differently all the time. Um, so, but some people get really hung up on pronunciation. um, so, what I'd like to do over the let's really quickly just go over
The spreadsheet.
the spreadsheet. Yeah, where did we
Okay.
stop?
So for Monday, I'm gonna be doing the opening and closing. Does he require? I didn't see any documents in his folder.
So he has not decided yet. So I think we need to reach out to him. I basically want to write another email to all the presenters,
Okay.
just reminding them to, if they have material for that they want us to share, they need to get that to us immediately.
Yeah.
um,
I mean, I would guess by Sunday night, right? Because then
yeah,
Monday's the thing, and there's only so much we can do on a short notice. But for Monday, would you, since it's our very first time, would you want to do the screen sharing of the materials, and I can do the opening and closing screen sharing?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've been working with Francis anyway. So he's still going to send me, he's supposed to be sending me the material. So
Wait,
Francis
Francis?
Morris, he's on the evening.
Okay, I see. Okay.
And Alexander, we don't have content from him at this point. So let me just run down the rest of the content.
Yep, I'm on the spreadsheet as well, so.
Excellent. Okay, so Joan, she sent the videos.
Yes, I put those in a Word doc. She confirmed the videos I found, so.
Excellent. The Peter is counting on his students being able to pre-record and share from their end. So those students would need to be made hosts or co-hosts.
Can't they just send us the videos and we can do it? If it's just a YouTube link or something, we can do it.
Yeah, well, I tried to have that conversation with him. Do you have the student names?
I have all the student names. I have not been told who's playing in his master class.
Okay. So you really need a list of the students in that are by whoever is going to be playing in each class?
Yeah, I can, I'll make a note to figure that out over the weekend.
Yeah, and maybe we can have that. So each of those students should be in like a Google Doc in each of the presenters folder so we can refer to it. So I can help. If I need to promote, I can do that. Yeah, and I think we should reach out to those students and ask them to send the, the reason that they're going to be sharing is because and/or playing is because they are playing from their end. Right?
But I'm saying in terms of their pre-recorded material, we can play it as long as we have the link or the file. I think having a student try to figure out the screen sharing could lead to some live problems
Right, yeah,
on the air. So if we can play their file and say, this is who's going to be coming on, here's their piece, we play a bit of it, and then we can promote them to a panelist and they'll play live.
excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So I'm going to count on you to figure out who those students are and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's fine.
that's on your thing. Okay.
Mhm.
Jay Lessinger wanted to send an email to the students in advance. So that is also student information that needs to be communicated to those students.
Mhm.
But then otherwise, that's the email that I sent. He wants the students to have their accompaniment on their end, whether it's live or recorded.
Well, we'll double check, but we sent out that packet where I explicitly put a note for vocalists.
Excellent. Right.
They do have the knowledge, but we will double check on that.
Okay.
They are aware.
Yeah, it's always, and I find it's always good to double.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So then, Aleba and Phil, they really know what they're doing. They don't have content for us. They're going to share on their end. They have, I believe, oh no, they need to send us their stuff. This is a concern. They are connecting via hotspots and they have kind of sucky internet. So that could be one. We just need to be aware this is one that we could have connectivity problem.
Okay.
But they have not sent us the information yet and need to. It's Danielle and Carrie that are killer presenters, and they will do the screen sharing. They've got two
Okay.
people. They know what. So we just need to make sure that they are promoted to hosts or co-hosts so that they can do that. Elliot just has that. I believe that's a piece of music that we have, the violin sonata by Bach, the G
Yes.
minor. Yes, and we already have that.
Yes.
Kivi, he should be sending YouTube links, and he already did.
Yes, we have those.
Garen, she should be sending us slides, and she has not sent them. Yehuda, he is not planning content, I believe.
Right.
Walter, he sent in slides, and I put the slideshow in his panel. I mean, in his folder. His slideshow is he will cue us, and he's supposed to send us a document that has the page number and the title for each slide to make it really easy for us to figure out how to move that along. The slideshow is like 30 some pages. He's only planning to use page 1 to 18, but then he could request a later slide. And he's going to organize that and get that material to us. He's a little bit Zoom challenged, so I'm hoping to check in with him around 2 o'clock to make sure that he can get on the webinar. Leah, she sent us the material already, right? We have her.
I wanted to talk about hers because hers are Spotify links and I don't have a Spotify. Do you have a Spotify?
I do, but you put in YouTube clips for those.
Right. Well, I saw you had put Spotify links, and I thought, oh, I saw those after I had researched her YouTube links.
Yeah.
But if
Um,
she likes those, she
it doesn't, yeah,
yeah.
I don't know that it really matters.
Okay.
Which we do.
Okay. Okay.
The YouTube has an image, which is kind of cool.
That's what my thought was. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think those are all pieces of music that are played by her, whether they're on Spotify or YouTube.
Okay, then
Believe.
I'll default to YouTube.
Yeah, let's do that. So a couple of these I mean, the ideal is for me not to be on all of these the whole time. And then
Yes.
there's a couple that I don't need to be on at all, like Danielle and Carrie, because they're so adept. I mean, I could maybe just start out, and then, but the problem is that if I'm signed in on I'm signed in on the High Peaks account. I can't exactly leave. Although I could, and I don't know if I can mute without affecting the recording.
Should we put one of your other emails as an authorized user? Just in
Yeah, let's, and then, do you want to join us on the High Peaks? Because the High Peaks email user interface is the one that has all the access, right?
Right.
So,
Well, I was thinking maybe after the first couple,
yep.
I could log on as High Peaks.
Okay.
Because the things such as the master classes, I don't think we need 2 people because
Yes.
there's not going to be a lot of back and forth. It's going to be more so the student and the professor.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a column in the spreadsheet about if we need 1 or 2 people on.
Excellent. So we'll check in with Garen, Jeffrey Ziegler, possible music clips and video. We don't have that material yet, I don't think. Although you had a conversation with him, right? Via, I thought I saw emails going back and forth.
Yes, well, I had to send him some music for my talk, but he said he did have other materials that we do not have yet.
Okay, great. All right, so we still need that
Unfortunately.
material. Okay. All right, so I will, and then Arena, she said she will share the student recording. She's very adept at it. She will handle the clips.
Okay.
And Yehuda, again, I think no material. And then the last one is Jay, Danielle, and Carrie. And
Mhm.
again, I think that they can handle the sharing.
Okay.
So that should all be good.
So I have for only 1 host needed. I have Peter Zazovsky because it's a master class. Anything with Danielle and Carrie, anything with Yehuda and Irina, all 1 host.
Okay, great.
Anyone who absolutely needs 2. I have the first 3 down just because they'll be our first 3. Alex, Francis, and Joan Tower. But anything after that, what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Jay's one. I think guitar's going to be one, probably. Aleba and Phil, that might be 2.
Okay.
Elliot, That might be one, I think. Kivi might be two. Garen's probably one. Walter, that might be two.
I think Leah seems pretty straightforward.
Yet my only concern about her is she froze while I was on the call with her.
Oh, uh-oh.
So that could be like one of the, oh my God, what do we do now? Switch to, so to have that YouTube clip alternative up would be
Okay.
good. Yeah, to have that option. Garen should be one. So Leah and Arena, who's amazing, also froze. So just I'm noting that. Yeah. And even these ones, some of these maybe I can, let's just see how it goes. Maybe I hang on to for the start and then drop off.
Sure.
Or go mute and turn my video off. And I can be available via text, but just not on the clock. Okay, I better go. I have a meeting. Let's try to check in again, maybe on Sunday, or earlier on Monday. Um,
Okay.
I'll try to summarize or just look over any questions and shoot any questions to you and all that stuff.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Goodbye. Good work.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, I think it's coming together. All right. Bye.
Bye.